now we should be able to hear me. Okay, there we go. I can. Alright, so I'm just editing a fan trailer just because I haven't done it in a while, so you can watch it with me and we'll see where we're going. So, in the past, I've done a couple of funny fan trailers for hype edits, I would like to call them. Typically, I do them based off of the Dark Knight Rises marketing because I really like how that went, and then I've used a couple of music selections from Two Steps from Hell. This time I'm going to go back and mimic the Watchmen first teaser trailer with the Smashing Pumpkins songs. I believe that worked really well, and I think that's very fitting for the Captain America new movie. So I can listen to the edit I made real quick just to the song itself already, and then we're gonna go ahead and implement a few of the video clips that I've downloaded. I'll probably need to go and find more things, but we'll just start with like the first, what is it, like six trailers or a couple of trailers, and then I'll go back and get more TV spots and all that stuff later.
What you've accomplished.
So let's start with this trailer, or where's this main trailer?
Save some for us.
I guess it's only just these two, so. So I do want to start with the logos. So I might actually, did I not download the first trailer? I don't think so. So let me go check. I might have to go and grab that real quick. Yeah, I don't have the first actual trailer. So I'm gonna have to go find that real quick. So we have the first teaser, which should have been 6 months ago. So let's go ahead and you guys can't even see it on y'all's screen or if there's anyone watching, but I'm just going to go ahead and download this real quick. And then we'll get the other one. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna take my time with this. Make sure I get the highest quality version and the one that I actually want. We also have to make sure we get the ones that don't have silly little embedded um watermarks and all that stuff, unless it comes from the official page. Let's try this again. Alright, there we go. Let's get these on out.
Wilson.
So these don't have the logos like this one
Is
does.
on the brink. The world is on.
So I like how that starts. So we'll just take that and put this here. It's kind of hard to actually see my freaking It's like the nested sequences here, so I can see that. I need to see the waveforms here. I don't know why it's not being shown. I get it. It's a freaking nested sequence, but I would still like to see that, you know? I just export that and bring it back in. Actually, I think that'll do. Yeah, you're gonna just make that a quick waveform. I don't even know if that shows up on the screen, but we got that done. Let me get this back in. There we go. So I want that flash to appear. So, and then let's see what else. That's
The world.
any of the logos. The standard get tickets now.
That didn't work. I present to you.
Let me see. They might have logos at the end. That's the clip.
Here I am. You want help?
Hmm. I do like how this looks better. So we'll just keep that. Lower this volume here. And then I probably won't need this clip.
The Marvel movies have a.
Because this is just behind the scenes stuff.
I present to you. Please.
So I like this clip here. We'll see how long these edits can last. Because it's not a super long thing. So we got those two shots. And I'm going to come here. Actually, might start with this instead.
You asked for.
I'll drag this or keep this here. Lock that. I like this as well.
Is there anything you remember? Remember.
Alright. So, there's that walk up there. Let's see, what footage do we have? Because I want to try to tell a story. So instead of here, after he gets shot, we'll have this here. Which is just a quick edit and modification of what they've already done to change how this shot can be perceived. Let's try to include that flash as well. So let's see how long this flash works. It's just like one quick frame until here. Let's see how long this can even go. I think I like how that looks. Alright, bear with me. I'm looking at some stuff. See, the only downside of doing these trailers, you want to be original, but you also want to have some fun stuff put in. So, just gotta plan things out sometimes. So, I didn't do so much of that. So, I'm gonna do this fresh. So, I like wherever that was.
Wait for it.
Oh, this has subtitles in it. So I need to find that shot as well. I'm sure put this at the back. This is their animanium talk.
Control it. It's going to be. You have. Okay, we don't see what we. But I want to make another run at making Captain America. Or lose the election. Shelley is. You.
We can make that work. So I want. So we have this transition, this to this. So I want to find a quick shot, if I can find Red Hulk, and a similar light. So that's the first trailer, so I'll put that here. See, I might have to start looking at more TV spots to see what we got. Because they all seem to have most of the same footage. Hmm. Let's see. And I'm assuming this. I'm not really seeing. Actually, this might work. Just get a frame in here, cause like this shot was quick flash. So we'll just drop this here. And then that framing's a little bit different, so let's just see how this looks all together. Okay, so that's might need more than just a single frame. Hmm. Hmm. See, I feel like that's not long enough. So instead of here, let's see what works here. To go look through their playlist of Captain America Brave New World. See what else they have that's available. I think that's most of their official trailers and clips they've already downloaded, so let's trim this a little bit so I don't have to restart from the. So back to here. So I like this. We need a shot of something. That's the official clip, so bring it here.
Personal.
I don't want that.
You and I.
Hmm. Hmm. I think I can work with that. Let's see how this flows. Don't like the early flashes. This might work.
Power is shifting. Global power.
And I do like the quote back shots here. So let's see how this goes. Clear that up. Yeah, I think I like that. So from here, we'll cut back to
Here I am.
no, close this one out. Drag this here, and then we start with some dialogue. I can't control the framing, but I can. See how this works. Alright. So that framing works. Me. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what was. You should be able to add just the black lines on here specifically. Or actually, I could just change the sequence, I think. Call this one. Actually, I do like how that looks already. But then it doesn't fit that, so. I just have to add the bars and tone lines for this, I guess. Not bars and tone, just black video and crop it that way. So it goes there. Should be 10 and 10 then. And then, can I not invert from there? Uh, Where's the invert? Hmm. I'm not liking how this is working. I feel like this should be easier, and I'm just completely drawing a blank on how I normally would do this. You should be able to just directly make a box around the outer edges, but this program keeps changing up on me. Alright, give me a sec. Hold up. Hmm. Maybe I just have to do a mat here and then invert it. Get rid of that. That won't work. I guess in this situation, I just added the crop here then as well. That probably just simplify it more than trying to do all this other stuff. Can I not do this? This doesn't feel right to me. I feel like there should really be a much better way to do this. But my editing skills are failing me right now for some reason. Put that here. This works for me. So, get rid of a crop here. No, we'll get rid of this crop here. Actually, probably could just get rid of everything up to this point on this shot. Bring it back to normal. And then let's see, let me think. How do I want this to be presented? Get rid of this, really? I don't like how that looks. And then about here. The rest can fade out. But I don't want that to happen here. Can I drag this out to here? So about here's where I can cut off. Instead of going too slow, it just doesn't go where I need it to. Guess it changes my shot here. I just don't want it to cut to him so soon. So I'll slow that down. See if that works. Alright, now that that's there, I need to get the dialogue. All right. Let's see. We'll go ahead and render all this in. Hmm. Doo-doo-doo-doo. All right. Let's see. I think I might be without switching. And now I gotta remember what dialect's here. But,
Here I am. You asked for me. Here I am. You want to help me? Is there anything you remember? You want to help me? Is there anything you remember?
so I like that dialogue better. So I'll just put this here.
Is there anything you remember? Is there anything you remember? Remember? Is there anything you remember?
Right. So. So.
Is there anything? Is there anything you remember?
So let's go ahead and clean up that dialogue a little bit. Let me normalize it.
Is there anything you remember? Is there anything you remember? Is there anything you remember?
Let's see. Can I add? I want to add a reverb to that just to make it seem a little bit disorienting. But not that much.
Is there anything? If anything you remember. 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 If anything you remember.
Like that.
Is there anything you remember?
So I'm probably gonna have to double that up and make one of them more normal.
Is there anything you remember?
Alright, we got our first 8 seconds done. Let's go.
Is there anything you remember? Is there anything you remember?
So, we'll go back to the
World a better way forward. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir.
But I want to make another run at making.
And if we disagree on how to manage a situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Is the discovery.
The world is on the brink of war. The world needs a reset.
Adamantium is the discovery of the millennium.
Three surprises left.
Adamantium could tip the global balance of power.
If only one country is going to control it, it's going to be us. You have no idea. I have it so. I can't live in a better hands after everything you.
Can we start?
On February 14th. How did you just do that?
You must be new.
Captain America, rise. Eat my back. The country needs this.
In America.
That can
Blush just given me reason to reconsider.
I have the same thing twice in here. Get rid of this one.
a new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage a situation,
Let's see.
We'll show the world a better way forward.
I think I might just take this whole sequence if that works.
Anything you remember.
Get rid of that shot here.
Remember. Is there anything you remember?
I like that shot here. So I'm gonna have to rework a lot of this to get, because this is gonna be a whole 2-minute trailer. So I'm gonna have a lot to work with, so I can't use too many shots too fast.
Is there anything you remember?
I have to admit, You asked for me. Here I am.
You want to help me? Is there anything you remember?
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
You want to help me? Is there?
Gonna resequence that.
If anything you remember.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States, the States,
You remember.
So we'll get rid of that and run with this.
You remember.
See, I like how that works. Now we just need a shot. Like this might even work better. Yeah, this is taking quite a bit of time, but we'll do this a little bit longer. Then I might have to reset and do this on my own. Because I have to think about how I want to do this. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking. I might actually to get off for a second. I have to deal with some other stuff, but thank you for being in my chat. Oh, if you're on YouTube, I do not look at that. My bad. Let me go actually look and see if y'all have been commenting, because I had something else pop up. So let me add that YouTube text tab. Hold up 1 second. Let me go say hi to y'all real quick. My fault. I was not even paying attention. Did my YouTube get taken down or something? Oh, yeah, it's my fault about the microphone. I can definitely turn that up a little bit. Is this better? Since I can also turn down the other stuff. Where's my output capture? All right, let's see this. Let's see if this works. All right, yeah, that
Is
should
there
be a little bit
anything you
better,
remember?
I guess. Okay, let me start this over because I will change new settings and all that.
Is there anything you remember?
All right, so I like how that flows so far, so we'll keep this going. But let me see. I'm actually looking at chat now, so yeah. Um, I don't actually have a pop-out chat for both, so I just never pay attention. But I will just open that up now, I guess. Let me see if I can. I need to just put that in my thing. I just don't pay attention to that. But no, are you excited for the movie? Um, it's a thing, I guess. So hold up. I am still having to adjust some stuff because I have like too many things going on. I'm gonna mute this other tab, and then I'm gonna keep the see if I can add the YouTube chat on my other page and then pop that out. So bear with me. Where is? Hmm. Yeah, I know it's not Chris Evans, but if you've seen the Captain America and Winter Soldier show, I think Anthony Mackie as Falcon definitely earns that role for Captain America. Because I know a lot of discourse online is whether or not, oh, it's a black guy being him. And it's like, no, it's not black Captain America. It's just that Captain America embodies that American spirit. When America doesn't actually follow that spirit anymore, then the character of Captain America, who can be anyone, has to evolve past that. So let's say, for instance, like even in the first movie, he wasn't chosen to be Captain America because he was a super American. No, they were looking for a super soldier who was a good person. And then they basically used him as propaganda the entire time. So even at his start, he was never actually being, what people want Captain America to believe. They just wanted an American patriot, which we saw in the show as John Walker, who was just someone who can just be the public face for what the U.S. government wanted during wartime or fighting terrorists or whatnot. But the character Captain America is supposed to exuberate the American dream and the ideas that the founding fathers set forth, even though it's not something that is being shown by our current government, or at least the government in the universe that they've set up. So I think Anthony Mackie will be fine. Yeah, I know. Phase 4 and 5. You see, I don't dislike it as much as people do online for some reason. I actually think that the last 2 years have been consistent as good as the first year of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Because you have to remember, it's like a hard reset. Because Iron Man 1 was great, Iron Man 2 was mediocre. The Incredible Hulk, as much as people liked the fighting, that movie itself was mediocre. Thor was mediocre. Um, Ant Man wasn't in Phase One, I don't think. That was Phase Two still, maybe. The first Captain America movie was probably the best out of Phase One. Then the Avengers was fantastic, and that pushed everything up. So you raise the escalation, but then you have to remember after the first Avengers movie, Iron Man 3. Not a lot of people like that. Thor the Dark World was actually pretty bad. Nobody liked that. Ant Man was an afterthought. That didn't really do anything, but it did give us another Anthony Mackie scene. Um, so we didn't really get good movies until Phase 3. And Phase 3, everything was gas. Oh, I forgot. Guardians was pretty good. The second one was also good, just less so. But no, Phase 3 is when everything was starting to get good after the second Avengers movie. And I think that was setting the stage for, bringing in Thanos. So everything from maybe Avengers 2 till Endgame was the peak of what we've seen so far from Marvel, because everything was building to something, because they found their footing, they knew what they wanted to do, they could have 5 different TV shows that didn't connect, but like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was going on, um, Captain America 2 set up a lot of stuff, so all these things that are building after, um, the first two Avengers movies. So by the time you got to Endgame and Infinity War first, which I think is still the best movie, Endgame I like more, but Infinity War was the better movie. Everything after 10 years of culminating in a shared universe, building up to those two Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame movie, everything after that will automatically be worse, but Marvel wanted to experiment and expand, and the only way they can do that is by introducing new characters in the movies, and they have that formula, but they were only as good as the first two phases, and they didn't have that same quality of the films that people were expecting after Endgame and Infinity War. Because I think Thor Ragnarok was trash, but I liked Love and Thunder more. I liked Captain America 3 with Civil War, but I didn't like, what you may call it, some of the, there's so many movies, there's like 50 of these by now, but no. I feel like everything from the TV shows to the movies are as good, if not better, than the average Marvel movie. It's just not hitting that peak. So with this movie, I think it's going back to that direction of they're slowing down and they're going to have quality movies. Because like the Marvels that came out where a lot of people didn't like the Marvels, they didn't like the Spider-Man, they thought it was all too convoluted and all that stuff. It made a lot of money, but I think that going back in character focus, and I think this movie will have a lot of that. The only downside is because I can already tell that there are some things I know that other people don't know. I think using all of the Hulk villains but not making this a Hulk movie is going to hurt Anthony Mackie's as Captain America, because essentially it feels like a genuine comic book where you have all these characters in a situation but has nothing to actually do with Anthony Mackie as Captain America. You have a generic, oh, herp derp, adamantium is coming. We need to control all of it, like typical American stuff. And then you have, Red Hulk that's going to be in it. You have the leader who is, that was, I guess, not really a spoiler. It's guy's already been cast. We know who it is. He was in Incredible Hulk as well. You have two Hulk villains. They recently confirmed that Betty would have an appearance in it as well. So, um, yeah, the new Thunderbolts trailer that just came out, that's going to be great. I think Thunderbolts is going to be going back to what people were wanting from Marvel movies because they don't want more comic book like. They just want the characters interacting in a very fast paced, action packed way, but they will still be introducing new things. But this particular movie, I think it's a safe movie, but it's going to be a solid movie. I'm assuming it's going to be like a B plus, A minus type movie, whereas the previous few movies were like a B minus or a C plus, which is average. I will say the majority of Marvel movies aren't really that good. I personally don't think the Thunderbolts will be anything special. I just think it's going to be more what people want, even if what they want is simple action with, a bunch of cool actors doing a bunch of stuff. I think this movie is trying to say a message. I just think Anthony Mackie's Captain America of Sam Wilson, he feels out of place because it's not a Hulk storyline. But if you read the comics, that's exactly where Captain America gets put in. You can have whatever villain, Secret Serpent Society, Thunderbolt Ross doing some stuff and shenanigans, and Cap has to go out and do things. So he's true to the character, but for the filmmaking of Medium, I think it puts them at a disservice because people are expecting things that may not happen. But I still think this movie is going to be good. And again, I know a few things that most people don't. So that's why I'm excited to see it. And then I'm also excited to, make random edits like this because I haven't done that in a while. I do wish we got more footage though, because I feel like the promotion of these movies is far less interesting than how they've previously done. So if I don't know if they're just trying to hide things that are in the movie or they are just playing it safe and they're not trying to spend too much money in case it doesn't make a lot of money. And then they're going to push the Thunderbolts a little bit more because they probably feel more comfortable with that. Oh yeah, well if you saw the trailer, you know that they have the Void in it. So that's going to open some doors. And then whatchamacallit, the what was the other film? The Fantastic Four. I feel like that trailer was also pretty good, and that's definitely going to open up some Secret War stuff because the title in the movie has implications that I think will be interesting. And knowing what we know about Galactus, I definitely think the multiverse is going to be there. And even though they may be on a Earth that is set in a specific time, I think those characters will either A, be brought over to the MCU 616, or they're opening the door for a multiversal thing, and we may not actually have a 616 Fantastic Four, but these characters are going to be there, so. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. as Doom is definitely going to have that multiverse Secret War stuff. Now, what I really hope is that they bring back Kang the Conqueror. I know with how the story ended with Loki season 2, it's done in such a way that they don't have to bring him back and that threat can be over, which will be unfortunate because I feel like they were just getting started and the way that everything went down with the actor, it, I just wish that he could have done what they needed him to do story wise so that even if they don't use him and they're always going to have Robert Downey Jr., because again, both of them are important to Secret Wars. I just wish that he could have still done it, even if he gets arrested and has all that issue and all that stuff. So it is what it is. So, but yeah. What do you edit? You see, I do think they can bring back Kang as a different actor. I think John Boyega would be a perfect Kang. Cause hear me out. We've seen like multiple versions of an older, more mature Kang. But let's get a younger version of Kang who wants to be a conqueror, who's seen the other conquerors defeated, so he knows what he has to do is completely different. I think John Boyega looks a lot like Jonathan Majors. They have similar facial structure, a similar build, and I think he has the acting chops to pull off that character very, very well. So, and again, you also have Ryan Coogler, who's worked with John Boyega, who's also making, Black Panther 3. Bring him back to make a separate movie involving a young King the Conqueror, and then he can do whatever he needs to do with Secret Wars, and you still have that part of the comics work, and then outside of that, you can just go back to your other storytelling without having King as an important piece of that puzzle, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna try to edit a little bit more, but I still haven't been able to get this chat to pop out like I want it to. I probably just need to get the app because I'm working with Streamlabs, but I don't have it as a pop out option. It's just um, on my browser. So yeah, they'll definitely bring out Miles eventually. I'm just not sure when or where. I know they're trying to do a Young Avengers thing, and they might throw him up there. Because the current Young Avengers, like 40% of the people aren't even in the comics as Young Avengers, because you have East Coast Avengers and all that stuff. They may just bring everyone together and just call it Young Avengers or something like that. So, but let me, you know what? I'll just bring up chat on my phone, unless I can. I should have done this all beforehand. I just don't ever pay attention to this sort of stuff. Do, 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 do. Do, do. Like, I feel like the chat should just automatically be here. Oh, maybe it's just my settings for this. I guess it just shows all the normal stuff. Oh, that's that's a different thing than what I want. Blah, blah, blah. Professional streamer, by the way. It's been so long since I've done stuff like this. Alright, now it played back twice. It's not what I was wanting. Bleh. Oh well. Since how long have you been following me on the YouTube page? Because I know I've not done any sort of editing on my own for a while now, so let me actually get back to the editing. Let me actually see what I've been doing, and I'll try to check chat periodically.
Is there anything you remember?
Alright, see, I like what I have so far. Alright. chat is up on my phone, so if you say something, I will actually try to look down and pay attention. So,
Is there anything you remember?
so
Which is why
Wait for it.
of the millennium.
the world is on the brink of war. The world needs a reset.
Adamantium is the discovery of the millennium.
So many surprises left.
Adamantium could tip the global.
Lose the election.
I'll add this clip back into it. Yeah, I want to get this done and uploaded by Wednesday afternoon. So I'll definitely have something for you guys to look at and tell me how awful I did. The downside of editing other trailers, you just got to work with what they have. So sometimes I may have an idea for a sequence, but the footage doesn't allow for that. See, like, I love doing this, but like that cut here is fantastic. Like, you can barely tell it's like a different shot. So, like, it's like little stuff like this being moved. And like this here is probably the biggest giveaway where he was in a different position for this part here, but they removed that there, and then I think this cup might have been added there, and that one's the actual one that changed, but other than that, 'cause like they leave everything out perfectly, so I love that sort of edits for this trailer. I like honestly, this trailer here is like so much better than anything that I've ever done, because I've done some decent stuff in the past, and I've worked with filmmakers and made their stuff, but like an actual company doing stuff and then working with that sort of stuff, something I would love to do in the future.
The state's order. It's state's orders.
So let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna put this here. So I need this to be longer. So let me see if I can find that in this shot here.
Lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I.
Nah, this all's the same edit, so
We'll show the world a better way forward. Show the world a better way forward.
I'll just use this pausing here, if that's the same clip. This is what he stood up there. That's that shot. Let's see how this goes together, because I like to rewatch everything multiple times to make sure I keep the flow going properly.
Is there anything you remember?
Oh, that's no bueno. Let me find that elsewhere.
Lose the mustache or lose the election.
Not even a full second, but we'll take it. See, that shot there.
One of the many
Ooh,
has
like
made
this. Definitely gonna keep that shot somewhere.
that decision to become
I don't know where, but we'll throw this down the road.
unabashedly Captain America. Moments.
This big, I couldn't put a price on that lesson.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve.
I might need to throw in some dialogue here at this point.
Yes, sir.
Oh, with all due respect, sir.
So, hell, half of them wouldn't even be here. He's agreed on how much latitude enhanced individuals deserve. What you've accomplished has given me reason to reconsider. Which is why I want you, Captain America, to help me rebuild the Avengers.
What do we disagree on how to manage this situation? Then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
I know I want this part in here as well, so. But just where here can I build to that properly with some music?
Is there anything you remember?
Where's these flash frames coming from? Hold on. I am adjusting something. All right. Yeah, thank you for the follow and all that. I will definitely make sure you see this whenever we finish, because I'll be here for a minute. So again, thank you very much for stopping by, and hopefully I can convince you to watch this movie. LOL. All right, let's get going. Why are we doing this? Why?